You're watching the Emergency Tribulation Info War, a YouTube.com channel.
All praise is due to the Most High, Ahaya, in the name of Yeshaya. We're here to go into a detailed lesson to give you some understanding of scripture and a little history that you might need, okay? And it's important to understand history. That's the biggest, what I would call, that was one of the biggest tools used to keep our people enslaved. One of the Latino history or Mexico history, all that history is good too, but in order to understand the Bible, you must understand world history, okay? I'm bringing this in because the Bible is filled with understanding of politics and the understanding of politics. Satan rules through government. So you have to understand the political structure to know where we fit in Bible prophecy. Okay? I'm going to reel this in. I'm going into some understandings when it comes to the biblical understanding of Rome. Now we did a detailed teaching from Babylon, Rome to America, which was pretty, profound with some detailed history, but there was a few things that we couldn't teach in that lesson because, it probably would have been 7-8 hours long altogether. So we gave you what you needed to be able to put the pieces together. Now we're going to go into the Caesars to some degree and how that fit in Bible prophecy. And we're going to show you also the reason they took the Apocrypha out. Now, when it comes to the Caesars, you might hear the word like Barack Obama put in a czar over this particular cabinet or this particular administration office. Of communications, a czar of security. And you might not know where that term come from, czar. Czar is just a short English term for Caesar, okay? Now the difference between Caesar and the other rulers that predated Caesar, Caesar more so operated in a dictatorship. Okay? He was dealing with straight tyranny and power. He didn't think that the people were smart enough to decide what was best for them. So him being a governor or an overseer, or what you would call today a president, thought that the government should actually think for the people. So when you put a czar over something, the buck stops with him. He's the controller. He deals with things, and it doesn't matter what's going on under him. He controls the government. So when you see that word czar, C-Z-A-R, that's exactly what it is. It's a dictatorship.
They can't pass the gun laws they want federally, though they're trying. They've got gun laws where the BATF can recommend to the Attorney General, and he can ban any guns he wants. It just gives him imperial power. That bill's got co-sponsors right now. They've got the no-fly, no-buy. No judge, no jury, no conviction, no arrest, no indictment. They won't tell you how you got on the list. You can't get off the list. They just say you can't buy a gun anymore. They're already doing that, even though the bill hadn't passed. That's already been implemented. But in California and many other states, Texas has already tried this, they make you thumbprint and register to buy ammo every time you buy ammo. But where they can't get it passed as a law, the BATF comes in, and I've seen them do it, with shaved heads, their little mafia mustaches or goatees. I mean, they look like guys right out of if I was casting for a Hollywood movie and wanted criminals, I would go hire BATF because they just look like real criminals. They just, a vapor of evil comes off of them.
He also, Julius Caesar also let the Senate know exactly what their place is. The Senates are actually just representations of the people, or to make the people believe that they have representation more so. That's what senators are, congressmen and senators. That's strictly for the people, but really senators do nothing. They talk, they debate, they argue, but really it's the czar that makes the last decision. And how do we relate that to today? We're going to show you that really there's no such thing as a republic. So people that are fighting for a republic, they need to give up on it. It never was. You have to understand history to know this. Now, Rome became a great power, a great superpower in the earth. And it wasn't their religion that made them powerful. There's a statement, a government is only as powerful as their military. Now, when you examine this, Rome, what made Rome greater than the other beasts or governments of the earth is because they understood warfare on a high level. Now, the Romans are children of Idumeans. They're Edom. Okay? The Romans. They understood the warfare. And governments started to understand and mimic how they do war. And at one point, Rome was almost destroyed based on that. Because other governments started picking up their tactics and their ways and how they deal with certain what you would call psychological warfare and then physical warfare. They started to understand this. So Rome had to do something different because they almost was destroyed. They almost was done away with after they were circumvented by the generals in 193 AD. So they had to find a way to separate where the religious aspect is in one place, but their physical might of takedown would be executed in an entirely different direction in the earth. Therefore, you would not be able to put together that they're still the same, that they're still Rome. That's where America came in. America took up where Rome left off. They are now the military might that take down and put all powers under their power or under the czar. Okay? So when we did the video from Babylon, Rome to America, for those that didn't go through that study, go through it again. It's a very good detailed study to help you understand what's going on in government, in the political structure, and how Esau is ruling through government. But let's condense it. Let's go to Daniel real quick. Let's go to the book of Daniel. We go into Daniel 7, and we will be using the Apocrypha today, and this is going to show you how important the Apocrypha is. Also, if you haven't figured that out already, don't let anyone tell you that the Apocrypha is not canonical. The Apocrypha it's not spiritually inspired. Anyone that reads that book understand how spiritually inspired you would become if you read that information. Okay? Okay. I need you, we're going to go straight to the Roman beast, which is the fourth beast. Start at Daniel 7 and 7. Let's start at Daniel 7 and verse 7. Now follow us clearly here. Read.
Daniel chapter 7 verse 7. After this I saw in the night visions, and behold, a fourth beast, dreadful and terrible, and strong exceedingly, and it had great iron teeth, and it devoured and brake into pieces, and stamped the residue with feet of it. And it was diverse from all the other beasts that were before it, and it had 10 horns.
So this one beast was diverse, which means different than all other beasts before it. Now, when you go into beasts, it's talking about empires. You had the Babylonian Assyrian Empire, the Persian Medo Empire.
You're watching the Emergency Tribulation Info War, a YouTube.com channel.